What's going on, guys? It's your boy Squiz, and I gotta say, the thing I hate the most about next-gen gaming so far is first-party PlayStation titles and some third-party titles costing $70. I can't believe I'm saying this, but apparently that is a hot take right now in gaming. And if you don't believe me, go check out popular YouTuber SpawnWave's Twitter. My man tweeted, "Has any PS5 game released so far actually felt like it was worth a $10 increase to $70? And boy, did he get ripped alive for this one. For some god-awful reason, these Sony fanboys are defending the living hell out of the $70 price tag for these first-party PlayStation games. A ton of replies on these tweets are actually talking about inflation and how we haven't seen the price of video games raise in like the last 10 to 20 years. And to be honest with you, man, I am just not following that train of thought. The games that are raised to $70 are made by these massive corporations. These are not indie studios raising these games to $70. I mean, these are Sony first-party titles raising $10 for really no reason at all. Another favorite YouTuber of mine, Fanavision, had probably the best reply of all. Fanta had to say, "Nope," and the weird corporate defenders in the comments that say, "Don't question the pricing," are part of the problem with the games industry. And I gotta say, I really agree with Fanta here. So many people, like I said, are just blindly defending this and white knighting this for no reason at all, really. There's no obvious answer for why these games are going up in price, especially when you have games like Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, an amazing title, by the way. They put a ton of work into it, but that game's only like 6 or 7 hours long. You could beat that in one day if you really wanted to. Why the hell is that $70? And the same thing can be said about Returnal. I mean, I absolutely loved Returnal. I thought the story was great. I really liked the gameplay. They really needed a goddamn save and quit feature. It was a fun experience, but I think what really hurt that game was the price tag. The roguelike genre is pretty niche if you think about it. So for them to make this like first-party roguelike game was a huge step, and it really could have brought a ton of people and a ton of new fans to this genre. But nobody wanted to risk it all on $70, man. And same goes for Demon's Souls. The quality of these games aren't what are being questioned, but you really are almost gatekeeping the average consumer because nobody wants to pay $70 on a game they aren't sure if they were gonna like or not. And I already can hear what a ton of you are gonna say. Well, the games go on sale. It's gonna be a fat minute before these first-party Sony games go on sale. I mean, we saw with Days of Play, this last weekend they had a sale, so they are out there, don't get me wrong, but they're usually very limited. This last run of sales, I didn't even know were a thing until today, and the sale ended today. So there are options to get them at a cheaper price, but if these studios want to get a tons of new people into their game, especially in genres like roguelite where it's kind of niche, you cannot charge $70. And really, it's making their competitor Game Pass look like they have a ton more value because you can try out these new games like MLB The Show without paying $70. And that's a whole other topic, man. On to the third-party games. It's not even just Sony doing this. I mean, they kind of set the trend here with the $70 pricing, but you have games like Battlefield for next-gen systems being $70, and as I said, MLB The Show on PS5 being $70. Who the hell is paying $70 for a sports game, man? I mean, they're pretty much the same damn thing every year, just a revised roster. And the graphics get a little bit better, but come on, man. I mean, the next gen version of it, yes, you might see a jump up from the Xbox One or PS4 version to the next gen one, but next year when you go from like MLB The Show 21 to 22 and say you had both copies on the PS5 and Xbox Series X, you're not really gonna see that big of a difference, man. Once you get over that next gen hurdle in it, it's pretty much the same game with a new roster. So why are people paying $70 for this? Why are they being charged $70 for this is the real question. And if Xbox can keep these sports titles on Xbox Game Pass day one, I mean, that just makes Sony look really bad, honestly. I love both systems. I'm not trying to start a console war here. Relax. But I'm just saying, that looks terrible when you're charging $70 for a sports game, and you know, if the competitor has it for free day one, why would you not choose that option? The audacity of these third-party companies, man. Battlefield charging $70 without even having a single player is laughable to me. And I know the majority of the time spent on Battlefield is on the multiplayer, but come on, man. If you're charging $70, you have to have a ton of content for me there, man, day one. And that's the puzzling thing. It's not all third-party games for next-gen systems are going to $70, so why like sports titles that are already plagued with microtransactions need to take that bump up to $70 makes no sense to me. There's really no defending it. In my opinion, there's absolutely no reason for the price increase, and there's really no reason to be defending this. Honestly, this to me just points to some classic console wars bullshit. But PlayStation boys, don't get too upset because these third-party games are $70 on Xbox as well, man. If you actually wanted to own MLB The Show and not play it on Game Pass, you'd have to pay $70 for it as well. It's just a big problem, man. It's just a big problem. And honestly, like I said, I kind of have a little bit of a grudge against Sony for starting that trend. I believe they're the ones that started it. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think them setting their first-party titles at $70 was a huge mistake, and I think it really started the price increase everywhere else. And the sad part is they're probably not going to see much kickback from it. Like I said, they're not going to get a lot of new people over to these niche titles like Returnal, but it's at the end of the day, it's a PlayStation 5 exclusive. People are going to buy it, especially those hardcore Sony boys. They're going to buy it, man. I can't believe guys like Spawnwave, who are so goddamn wholesome and just love video gaming for what it is, are being attacked for having this opinion. It's just so bizarre to me, man. And that's just how I feel, guys. Let me know down in the comments below. Do you support these games being 70 bucks? Do you like them being 70 bucks? And if you do, why do you support it? Give me one good reason, man. I just want to know your opinion on it. And as always, thank you for whoever made it to the end of today's video, and I will catch you on the next one.